Elegbete TV Radio. Follow us on social media at Elegbete TV Radio.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete TV Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You're listening to Elegbete TV and Radio.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet. Though we're starting very late, lots of technical problems. Sometimes you really have to cross a sea, an ocean, a lake, a river, desert, mountains, forest, even the Amazon forest to get to where you're going to. When it comes to electrical equipment, you plan one thing and something else happens. My name is Daffy Matthew. You love to come in the sports. Pretty much one of those days where you look around and you just laugh and say, "Oh, well, it's gonna happen. It's whether you like it or not, no matter the stress." I don't know how it was for you last night. It was heavily raining everywhere. So we're back. I guess the sacking of Mauricio Pochettino brought the rain down because it was raining here in Nigeria. It was also raining there in the UK. It was raining in quite a lot of places. I don't know how it was for you. I talked about the sacking of Mauricio Pochettino during the season. But after the last 5 games, I thought that the cloud had passed. And nobody is going to, sack him anymore. The sack conversation is over. But that's not the truth because eventually the powers that be, the people that controls the business decided to fire him. But then there are some lessons to learn here. I think that most coaches have not come to terms with the fact that coaches are now back to being coaches again. You're no longer manager. So the word manager does not exist again for coaches. So you are a coach, go and coach. You're not going to sit down on the board and have a say so, because that's practically the reason why Mauricio Pochettino got fired. Yes, Chelsea traditionally like to use the word mutual understanding, but there's nothing mutual there. Mauricio Pochettino, as I heard, wanted to have a say so in a lot of things that the board are deciding. When they decide what they are deciding, he wants to have a say so. But the board says to him, "Oga, go and coach, right? Go and do your job as a coach." The board here, it's their job to decide who they want in the team, because again, this you're needing the power to make those decisions. You're not going to be, if you're fired, you're not going to be here to remedy any damages that you cause. But we own the business, we run the business, it is our call. It's like drafts in the NBA. You don't see no coach coming to say, "Oh, draft that player." No, the management, they draft the players. Sometimes even players decide who they want to play with. Players like LeBron James and the rest of them. So that's what they brought into the Chelsea system. And I think that where there should be some collaborative workings, where the coach, like you have Arteta and Edu, the coach deals with the football director, who they form a synergy. But again, that Arsene Wenger or Pep Guardiola, no. Alex Ferguson's style of, "I am the de facto god of this club. I decide who goes in and who goes out, who's the cook, who's the driver, who's the pilot, who goes to the media and all that." That kind of powers no longer exist. Yeah, because when you look at Man United, he worked for a while, but they are suffering now because of that kind of power. Arsenal also, it worked for a while, but then Arsenal suffered. Arsenal has been suffering now because of that kind of power. 20 years of not winning the Premier League was because of that kind of power. Absolute power corrupts what? Absolutely. And that's what happened. Okay, so for Chelsea, I would really love to hear from Chelsea fan, but I mean, I'm not going to be disappointed if we don't get a lot of people on the show today because, to be very honest, we didn't start on time. We lost 22 minutes on the clock without being able to come up. The whole system was freezing. System chose to do updates that nobody approved of, and it took hours and hours and hours and hours for it to run through. Since 6 a.m. we've been trying to start the system, and it's been like that. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that the people that we've lost for today's show would turn up eventually and say, okay, the live is on. But for those of you who are here, please help share amongst your friends and remind those people that that used to not normally be here that normal service have resumed, right? So there's a whole lot to talk about. There is a transfer talk. There is the whole dynamics of England releasing. England and drama, there's just so much drama that you kind of like ask yourself what's really going on here. England squad for Euro 2024 training camp with Marcus Rashford and Jordan Henderson out, and Raheem Sterling again missing, but on cap Adam Watson, Curtis Jones, and Jerry Kwanzaa are all in the squad, and it's becoming a big drama. I mean, 1 season ago, this Adam Watson was struggling in the championship with Blackburn Rovers. Then he went to Crystal Palace. I mean, it feels like there are 4 Crystal Palace players in this squad. Crystal Palace. Okay. I don't know, but England, I'm not going to say that they are setting themselves for failure in Euros. The reason why I'm not going to say that is that England is not really a successful team, when it comes to football. So we're not going to say they're setting themselves up for failure, but it does look like the normal quarterfinal get knocked out is what is loaded. So let's look at their squad. The provincial squad, they'll still cut it down anyway. Dean Henderson is there from Crystal Palace, Jordan Pickford from Everton, and Ramsey from Arsenal, who had no games this season. James Trafford from Burnley, that one will be cut off. Then you have defenders like Gerard Braithwaite from Everton. You have Lewis Dunk from Brighton, Joe Gomez from Liverpool, Matt Goey from Crystal Palace as the second Crystal Palace player, Ezri Konsa from Aston Villa, Harry Maguire from from Manchester United. Why am I laughing now? Sorry. Okay. Jerry Kwanzaa from Liverpool, Luke Shaw from Manchester United, John Stones from Manchester City champions, Kieran Trippier from Newcastle, Kyle Walker from Manchester City. Then you have Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is now being listed as a midfielder, but in my head is a defender. Okay, from Liverpool, Conor Gallagher from Chelsea, Curtis Jones from Liverpool, Kobe Mainoo from Manchester United, Declan Rice from Arsenal, Adam Watson from Crystal Palace. That's the third Crystal Palace player. And then you now have forwards like Jude Bellingham from Real Madrid, Jared Bowen from West Ham, Chelsea. For those of you who keep saying, "Oh, go and get to Chelsea," look at him again. He's been listed for for England. So please remove your mind. And then for Foden from Man City, player of the season, Jack Grealish from Man City, Anthony Gordon from Newcastle, Harry Kane from Bayern Munich, Golden Boot winner in Germany, but carried his Spurs bad luck to Bayern and they didn't win anything. James Maddison from Tottenham, Cole Palmer from Chelsea, Bukayo Saka from Arsenal, Evan Toney from Bradford, Oli Watkins from Aston Villa. Man, this attack line is loaded. How are they going to manage it? And it will drop and it will go. I don't know, but whatever it is, what do you have to say? Jordan Henderson is cut. Raheem Sterling is cut. Again, Rashford is also cut from the squad. Well, I don't think that they deserve to make it anyway, so I'm not even going to make a case or an argument for that at all. It's not a big deal as far as I'm concerned. But then the biggest news that came out yesterday, I'm not really surprised 100%, but I'm also surprised. Yeah. A lot of Chelsea players, the way these decisions were made, you truly understand. And a lot of players are not going to understand this because, again, footballers are not really... Let me not use that word now. It's going to cause some backlash. But a lot of football players are not as intelligent as you expect them, like social intelligence. We're not talking for football. Football intelligence is great. So they will not understand where this decision is coming from. But if you understand American business model, any American that is hands-on, they like hiring and firing more than any other person. And sometimes they take decisions unilaterally. They don't consult. Consulting is not their thing. If you look at the American wants to go and bomb a country, they don't consult anybody. America wants to go, they want to attack anybody, they don't consult anybody. So it's not new. It's in their DNA to behave that way. But these players will not understand because I hear that a lot of Chelsea players are shocked. Now, among those that are shocked is Nicholas Jackson. Listen, Nicholas Jackson, if you take all the chances that was created for you, this manager will not be having this conversation at all. First off, Chelsea will be in the top 4. They will praise him for doing that with kids and all of this talk. Aston Villa, that place where Aston Villa is, that's where Chelsea will be. But for you to be acting shocked, it's disrespectful to the manager. Mauricio is another one who broke the rank and went to post disbelief on social media after the players found out on social media that their manager have been fired. Again, Mauricio, if you had played according to the way they saw you at Brighton and you had played like that with this Chelsea team, I bet this manager would not be getting fired right now. That's my opinion about it. You might not like it, but that's just the way I see it. And I think that if everybody had pulled in the way Cole Palmer pulled in, and it's a shock that I'm mentioning Cole Palmer in that eye hole. But let's see how this now affects the transfer merry-go-round for coaches first. First, this is how it works. So there is an exclusive interview on Daily Mail. Man United incoming chief in email blunder as Den Arsene opens the door for Premier League tapping up probe by sending secret exchange to Newcastle account. That's a problem that they're coming. I don't understand how these things work, but they're just this thing about once Manchester United put their hands on you or put their radar on you, things just start going out of line and out of order. Well, we'll see how that goes anyway. It's not really a big deal. Tapping thing is normal, but just not make it official. Don't just leave paper trail. You can have a conversation with somebody who knows somebody and leave it that way. But to not start doing official email across the divide in the wrong timing and all that causes problem. But then that's a conversation for another day. So this is how it is now. Pochettino has been fired. All of a sudden, Roberto De Zerbi is now being mentioned in that conversation. Roberto De Zerbi goes to Chelsea. Pochettino is free. Then the Manchester United people will say, you know what, Pochettino is not world class, but it's not that bad. Eric Ten Hag that we have is not what we thought it would be. It's not turned out to be as we expected him to be. Why not fire him and bring in Pochettino? Then Pochettino becomes a harlot of the Premier League that coach multiple teams. Okay, now he's coach Tottenham Hotspur, coach Chelsea. Most likely be going to Manchester United because this is a conversation. Mauricio Pochettino lined up to replace Eric Ten Hag at Manchester United following his Chelsea exit 2 years after Argentine missed out on the Old Trafford job. So the shortest cut or the longest cut to become a Man United manager is to first leave Paris Saint-Germain, go to Chelsea, stay there a bit, and then you come to take it eventually. That's the way it is right now. So we're looking at all of this. Reveal the philosophical divide that led to Mauricio Pochettino's split from Chelsea as Chelsea's owner and now Virgil van Dijk hammered it home before they cut ties with the manager. Okay, I don't know what that means, but you can read it all up on the Daily Mail. And then now Roberto De Zerbi is 7-4 favorite to be the next Chelsea manager after Mauricio Pochettino's departure, with 3 former Blues bosses tip for a sensational comeback. We will see who really gets to take the job eventually. But for my guys there, if you're out there watching now or probably watch it later, who would you expect as the best manager for Chelsea? Now let's look at some of that name. Kieran McKenna, Girona's Mikel, and a lesser-known Bundesliga coach, all in contention to replace Mauricio Pochettino at Chelsea. And could Thomas Tuchel return, the 7th candidate to replace the Argentine? I don't know who's mentioning Thomas Tuchel as a replacement for Mauricio Pochettino, but it would kind of feel like going back to your vomit. You couldn't agree with this man. That's why you sacked him. Now you want to bring him back? I don't know. According to expert Ian Herbert of the Daily Mail, he said the Premier League needs Mikel Arteta to be its savior. He is the only one capable of taking down the Man City machine. Now, when people start writing like this, remember when Chelsea won the title back to back under Jose Mourinho in his first come in 2003, 2004, that time there was a slogan. Maybe you guys have forgotten. And that slogan started from the Sun, and then it went to the Mirror, and then become part of Daily Mail, become part of BBC. It was called ABC. ABC meant anything but Chelsea, right? Anything but Chelsea. And that was like, let's stop Mourinho from winning 3 straight titles and easily jump into the conclusion that the Premier League is not as hard as they say it was, right? Okay, because when he came in, they were like, who is he? And he said, I'm the special one. Remember that? And now Pep Guardiola came in, they said, all those things that he's been doing in Italy, in France, in Germany and in Spain, he can't try it in England. Come on, England is too hard. He would not be able to win 2 straight titles, not to talk of 3 straight. Do you know how long it took Alex Ferguson to master the trick of bribing referees and manipulating everything to his favor? Even as Wenger, with all of his meticulous methodology, food, snacks bar, protein, nutrition, dieting, and everything, couldn't win the title, the Premier League back to back. That's how hard it is. And it took plenty of money for Roman Abramovich, intimidation of referee, shouting at referee for Chelsea to do it over back to back twice. Winning back to back like that. So this guy's not going to be able to do it. Well, Vini Vici, he came, he saw, and he conquered, and he set in Juba. Okay, he's won it 4 times. So now the ABC type of conversation is back again. Everybody wants Pep Guardiola stopped now. Everybody wants him stopped. He didn't read the memo. The powers that be couldn't stop him this season, and the conversation is now on. Hey, Arteta, you are our savior. Now, I don't like that feeling. So somebody asked me the other day that what if the 115 can charges are drawn up and the title is stripped of Man United and given to Arsenal? Would I be happy? I'll be very pissed off because we've gone 20 years without winning it. I don't want Arsenal to win a consideration title. I don't know. I'm not speaking for other Arsenal fans, but I'm speaking for myself. I don't want the title that Arsenal will win after this long time, be a boardroom point title. Somebody say, but if they do it, it means that the last 2 titles will be given to Arsenal. Come on, Jesus Christ. We failed the season before last. We failed in the last 10 games. Last season, we failed at home against Aston Villa. That's why we didn't win the title. I don't want compensation title. I want, when it comes to winning the title, play 38 games, top everybody, and be champion. Don't go get the title that would tarnish the entire previous 13 titles or so that Arsenal have won. I don't want that. Please, Premier League, if you want to take a decision, take a different type of decision that will punish them next season. The top point from them next season, but definitely all the titles that they've won, leave it with them. Man City have earned it on the field of play. They've deserved it. I don't care what anybody says. Well, I don't know what your opinions are, but let's jump straight to the transfer talk. With the sacking of Mauricio Pochettino, the whole conversation have changed. Okay, Manchester United could be set to change their manager while Manchester City are considering letting a star depart. That's the headline for transfer conversation. Who's that star that is about to be let go? Who's the manager that is coming, and which one that is staying? All of that are in the conversation. Now let's jump in and out and see what the conversation around different players that are leaving would be like. Okay, I mean, it's going to be a short show today, sorry, but it is what it is. I just know that I either choose to do the show or I come back tomorrow and apologize, but that would not be fair. Okay, Mauricio Pochettino is on the radar of Manchester United and Bayern Munich after leaving Chelsea by mutual consent. Okay, Stuttgart manager Sebastiano Hoeneß and Ipswich Town boss Kieran McKenna have been sounded out by Chelsea to replace Pochettino. When you bring in Slot to Liverpool, and you now bring a who? I've got area code. Man, the Premier League is becoming area code now. 714-203. Oh my God. It's going to be red light district in the Premier League. If you bring in Hoeneß, if you bring a hold to Chelsea and you put a slot at Liverpool, let's bring Akona to Brighton, to Manchester United, and everything is perfect, okay? But let's see how it goes. Girona boss Mikael and Leicester City manager Enzo Maresca are also likely to be among the names under consideration by Chelsea. Wait a minute, did you guys just decide this thing to fire this coach and you don't already have your replacement in place? I think that, the way Roman Abramovich normally does it, fire you right now, your replacement is just there. Just there next door. You go get it. Not this one that they are hawking everybody, putting everybody anyhow like it's an NFF job. Okay, former boss Thomas Tuchel has held loose talks with Chelsea about returning to the club, who sacked him in 2022 for a second spell in charge. Well, these coaches, it's not like they love the club. It's just that the club provide an opportunity to earn the Saudi Arabia type money while still in Europe. Knowing fully whether you can go there, misbehave, do any, go to a press conference, challenge the authority of the management, and you get fired and you get paid that big lump sum, and then you go back and continue your life again. These things are just, arranging. They are just things that they do to extort money from. It's more like I don't collect my own or go there and collect yours. The way people do, the way people extort politicians in Nigeria, where I don't go collect my own, I don't go give my own land, I don't collect my money, go and collect yours. Okay, that's exactly what I think that these guys are doing in Europe. And you can give me your own opinion what you think about it, but that's exactly what I think that these coaches, all of them, are doing in Europe. Because all of a sudden, Pochettino got fired, and then you are looking to go coach the club that fired you. All the things that you saw last season that you got you fired, that you said they're not good. Have they changed? Is there anything that have changed that's not making you want to come back? And it's like hearing that Antonio Conte want to come back to Spurs. What are you coming to do? Right? Well, let's keep our fingers crossed and see how that goes. Okay, Manchester City are open to offers for Brazil goalkeeper Edison Teti, who is attracting interest for Saudi Arabia. Whoa. Manchester United are exploring the possibility of signing Crystal Palace and England defender Maguire, 23, if they fail to strike a deal with Everton for 21-year-old England centre-back Jared Braithwaite. Okay, Everton have placed a minimum price tag of 80 million on Braithwaite, who has also attracted interest from Newcastle and Tottenham Hotspur. Definitely, Tottenham Hotspur will not pay 80 million for anybody. Forget about it. Manchester United are in a position to spend heavily in the summer transfer window, as big losses in recent years are now dropping out of their profitability and sustainability calculations. Okay, Tottenham are contemplating a summer swap for Bournemouth's 26-year-old English striker Dominic Solanke. While Arsenal, Manchester United, and Liverpool have made contact with Benfica over a potential deal for 20-year-old Portugal centre-back Antonio Silva. Right, incoming Liverpool manager and his slot, Akona Ashawo, has placed Benfica and Turkey midfielder Okun Koku, 23, at the top of his wish list. Why is a good player? I've seen him play a few games. He's a decent player, but it's at one Liverpool need right now. Tottenham have asked Chelsea about the availability of Trevor Chalobah and the 24-year-old as they prepare to launch a double raid for English defender and England midfielder Conor Gallagher. Would Chelsea say Conor Gallagher? I mean, they need to balance the book, all of that, but well, this profit and sustainability rule is making me confused. Sometimes I don't even know what to say. Manchester United and Bayern Munich sent scouts to watch 18-year-old Malian midfielder Malik Junior Yakoye play for IFK Gothenburg in a 1-0 win against Malby on Tuesday. Aston Villa have lodged a bid of £12.8 million with Sevilla for 32-year-old Argentine defender Marcos Acuna. Acuna has seen the play more. Villa are also interested in Italy defender Ro Bellanova, who's 24, after impressing during his first season in Torino. But West Ham and Manchester United are also keen on the player. West Ham are also considering a summer move for Saul Guirassy, 28, the Guinean striker who scored 28 Bundesliga goals for Stuttgart this season. Reminds me of Anthony Yeboah. Tottenham will rival Aston Villa for Italy defender Andre Cambiaso, 24, who is valued at £34 million by Juventus. Fulham and West Ham have held talks with Corinthians over the possibility of signing 19-year-old Brazilian forward Wesley. That's how the transfer juice